Hi, I'm Tilli, and today's tutorial is how to do Cheshire Cat makeup based off of Cats, the musical. This could be helpful for any theater production, cosplay, or Halloween costume. I've also put a list of all of the products that I'm using down in the description below, none of which are sponsors. Let's get started. So my face is already washed, toned, and moisturized so that it is ready to go and prep. Great, so the first thing we're gonna do is block out our eyebrows with glue stick. I'm just using a purple washable glue stick. I'm never perfect with this, and I'm okay with that. Starting with the lightest color, I'm going to start blocking out where the general colors are on my face to be able to have a rough outline of where I'm going to place all of the different colors. And first I go in and I just spread the color and then I pat it to give myself a more even base. Okay, once you have the colors roughly patched in, I'm just going to start doing some of the feathering work. So to create more of the fur looking design, I'm just going to take a paintbrush. It can be any old brush or paintbrush, whatever you want to use your cream paints with. I don't want to go too far. When you're adapting either a look from another person or you're creating for a face, keep in mind that actor or person's or your own bone structure, because it's going to really kind of change how it looks, and we want to make it look more cat-like than we do flat human face. If I take, for example, if I take the white out too far, my face is going to start looking a lot more flat than it does to have the deep set cat kind of look. So that's what we're going for. So try not to pull too far out, and if you feel like you've have done that, then you can fix it with the other color, which is totally fine. Nothing is not fixable, but you're just going to start taking that white and making feathers or lines outwards. You can make them various lengths, and then you can also start to pull in. If you'll see, like in the pink here, how it's starting to pull in, that's totally fine because it's just going to make it look like the fur transitions. And then if you feel like you want more white color versus the mixing that's going on, you can just put more white on your brush. Now that the white is done, I'm going to go back in with the respective color it blends into and also add some of those darker lines in just to create more dimension. And then just to blend those lines a little bit more, I'm gonna take my white sponge and kind of just soften up some of the areas into the white. We're just trying to make it a little bit softer of a transition. Now we can start to do that for the rest of the colors as well. Now that that is feathered and done and we got all of the detail in, I'm going to start using eyeshadow. As you can already tell, my eyelids get greasy. The color's already starting to shift from my eyelid. So what I'm gonna do is take a white powder. This happens to be the MAC powder in Pure White eyeshadow powder, but you can take any white eyeshadow. Use some of that with a fluffy eyeshadow brush and kind of set some of that in there. It's gonna help just even out that base a bit more. You can even go in with your fingers first, or the brush, or the sponge I mean first, to clean it up a little bit. Eyeshadow colors in purple and a kind of ruby color that are also MAC eyeshadows. This one's violet and ruby red. And I flip-flop what side they're on. So the pinker side around my eye gets the purple, and the purple side gets the pink. Start to pack that into the lid. First, I will do the eyebrow. I tend to feel like it frames the face and is really going to help set where the eyeliner will meet. This is when I truly take to heart that they are sisters and not twins, because I can never do them even. In my design, I have them coming up and then swooshing, and then so from like the bottom kind of ridge of the nose here is where I typically start the eyebrow. Alright. Okay. Definitely sisters. But I'm liking these sisters. Okay, great. Flick. Flick. Alright. For the eyeliner, unlike a traditional cat eye, which kind of tends to extend from the bottom eyelid and outwards this way, a cat's eye is actually even more angled. So I'm going to kind of take it even further up and almost reach the tip of my eyebrow, and that's going to be the line of my cat eye. I'm using the color cup still. If you want to use eyeliner, you can. I was so focused on eyeliner, I didn't do a great job of explaining this, but essentially what we're recreating is this sort of look, where you have an elongated cat eye that is extended towards the eyebrow. It then meets to the top liner. You'll fully line that top liner, and then the inner corner has a point to help elongate that cat eye. So I would follow your tear duct and create a little bit of a corner there, and then that way they'll both be pretty even on both sides, following your own face structure. Then the cat eye also connects to the bottom liner, where you're only going to go about 3/4 of the way to the inner quarter, and then that also has a flick down at an angle so that everything is angled upwards. The second detailed line is going to be just underneath, and I actually follow my eye socket and follow that eye socket shape to help give me a guide. and then flick it up in parallel to the cat eye. So hopefully that helps give a little bit more clarity to what I'm doing. For the nose, you don't want to connect the underneath your nostril. It'll look more dog than cat. Just paint the kind of tip of the nose itself and then down to be able to connect to your lip. Oh no. I think we're okay. I'm also going to do a little bit of a nose detail and just add some feathering right over top at the very tip of my nose, purple. I'm going to go back to the black, and with the thin side of my brush, I'm going to connect the nose to the lip. Male cats have only their top lip painted in black, and then their bottom lip is usually whatever color their muzzle is. And then the female cats have their lips outlined in black, and then usually lipstick color. So depending on which cat you're doing, keep that in mind. They all have little flicks at the end of their mouths to kind of give it more of a muzzle look. And if you mess up, it's okay. Just pat the white over top, remove it, replace the white, and try again. It takes a lot of tries sometimes. Then you can finish off with the whiskers. They usually have 3 dots. Three whiskers. I also had a little chin detail. From here, what I tend to do is set, especially for a very long con day or a theater performance where there's hot lights. You'll definitely want to set your makeup, especially so you're not touching it. But do your best not to touch it still, especially for the cats like this design. I have a really bad habit of rubbing my lips together sometimes, and that's going to just make a gray mess on your lips. To set the makeup, I'm going to be using Ben Nye Colorless Face Powder in neutral. If you're using both a powder and a liquid setting spray, I would use the powder first to help set everything and then use liquid. If you use the liquid first and then the powder, it's going to sit really poorly on your face because the powder will get stuck in that setting liquid. With the neutral powder, I usually use a cotton ball and just dunk it right in there. It can get a little messy, it's okay. And really just start to, yeah, this is gonna get everywhere. That's fine. Really just start to get in there with the powder. Don't be shy. You're really gonna want it to stay all day long and not have to worry. Just be careful with some of these black lines that you don't smudge them as you place the powder. I'm going to use a very fluffy, soft brush and just start to brush this excess off. And then any place you feel like you lost a lot of color, you can go back and add it in if you so choose. Once you feel like you are ready, you can take your final seal. Mine, I have to spray upside down because I lost the like little inside tube that shoots it up to use the spray, so it's gonna look funny, but I sprayed upside down. If you're using the Ben Nye setting spray too, it's like mint flavored. Don't taste it. That's not what I'm saying. Make sure your eyes are really closed because it will hurt very badly if you get it into your eyes. And once you feel like you got it everywhere, don't open your eyes yet, just let it dry. Final touch, I'll put on some mascara. If I put the mascara on beforehand, that's fine. Just let it dry completely before you use the final seal, because if you're like me and you jump when you use it, it's gonna smudge all over your eyeliner, and that would just be a really big bummer at this point. Great, from there, just go ahead, pop on the wig, back to front. Make sure all of the hair is not tucked underneath. And there you go. You can pin it in place. You can also use a wig adhesive to glue the ear flaps down. That's what I traditionally do when I go to cons. The last step, there's like spots where it would connect to like this point here where I didn't include any white, and just blend some of that. And then when I glue it down, it'll have its corresponding point where it would blend into my face. And finished! Now you have great makeup for your cat from the musical Cats. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and feel free to share your projects with me in the comments or on Instagram at Tilli Cosplay. See you next time!